Hey y'all, I'm back. I know, it's been a minute. So let's just jump right into it. Today I'm going to be talking to you about 3 reasons why you need to take a break now. So I'm going to provide you some actionable steps while on the break, and we're going to just get into it. So let's get started. Reason number 1, being burnt out. Let me just talk about this. Being burnt out it's like a sneaky thing. It sneaks up on you if you're not paying attention. I can just say from personal experience, being a single mom, working full time, and having a coaching business on the side where I am coaching and changing lives around this piece. It's beautiful. It's a great experience. And after a while, I had to say, I really had to take a break. I even had to step back just to make sure when I came back to you guys refreshed and I knew what I wanted to do. But that wasn't something that really I willingly did, honestly. And if you're anything like me, I'm this person who's like, you gotta go, you gotta get started, you gotta push through, let's get this going, let's do it. Super mom in the house, right? Doing everything, taking care of all of everything. And honestly, before you know it, it's going to sneak up on you. It's real. It is so real. And if you don't check yourself, you're going to get there quicker than you think. All right, here's the symptoms of being burnt out. Symptom 1, you're becoming mentally drained. Seriously. You mentally can't even think straight. It's just, you're tired. And you know what I mean when you say, I'm tired. You're going to be physically tired. But mentally, or it takes so much for you to think about a task or think about things to do. Number 2, you're missing out on sleep. You're getting behind on your sleep. That is going to be a sign. I mean, sleep still needs to be made up. Just because you miss a bunch of hours and you decide to stay up late, or you decide to put in extra work that day and this day and the next day, let's be real. Yeah, you still got to get your sleep and you still got to catch up on it. Symptom number 3. Loss of motivation is definitely a symptom, I would say. For me personally, I was just not motivated after I made my videos. My first 3 videos on and releasing all that energy through the videos to make sure I gave you guys quality, authentic work. I really lost motivation because I really wanted to come to you guys fresh and new. I knew I had to step back and take a break because I was just burnt out. I didn't want to do anything anymore. I just wasn't motivated. So loss of motivation is really a sign. And then you become moody. Yeah, it's real. Everybody gets on your nerves. Anything gets on your nerves. The whole house gets on your nerves. The whole life. You go outside and you're sick and tired of stuff. You don't even know why you're moody. You just are. Well, guess what? That's the symptom of being burnt out. Take a clue. Take a hint, guys. So once you're in that space of understanding these are symptoms of me being burnt out, let me go ahead and take a break. Now, what to do while you're on this break? You want to schedule some time off. Let's be real, okay? You really want to take time off. So when you're home relaxing, really relax. Relax your mind, free your time. Don't be home working. That's not taking a break. That's not. You're just home working. That's it. Taking a break means take a day, take a week. Hell, you might need to take a whole month. I mean, I took months away, but I needed it. I needed to take a break to the point where I knew I was okay and I knew I was ready to come back. So you may have to really take a serious break and be real with yourself with it. Really break, guys. Like, really break. And here's the tip. Just relax while you're on the break. Take your time. I promise you guys, it will be okay. You will come back even better and ready to jump right back in to where you need to go. But you need this time to just chill and relax and just allow yourself to be. I promise you, you will not regret it. It's going to be for the best, okay? Next step is really a doozy to me because this step you really don't pay attention to unless you pay attention to it. You're losing your sense of self. So when we're constantly going, I like to call it going on a hamster wheel. you're constantly going in circles, or you're just constantly working. Honestly, when I was in a space of working so much, I really started to lose myself. I was so focused on my goals. I was so focused on like getting where I need to be in life, helping and helping others. And it's a beautiful space to be in, this space where I have the privilege of really helping people get to that space of beautifulness. And this is the thing. I was constantly filling other people's cups and not mine. And then the crazy thing is this. We tell people this all the time. To take care of you, your cup has to be full in order to fill others. But when your cup is full, which mine was, right? And you just start pouring into other people, then you kind of forget that you're emptying yourself. And then you start losing yourself. And then that is really a sign you need to take a moment and honestly like reevaluate. Seriously. And this is why it's so important. Self-reflection is really key. Because you can ask yourself, who am I now? Have I changed? Am I ever changing? And I think honestly the misconception is people think that you shouldn't change who you are. No, I'm always going to be this person, and no, you should. You got to think about as you grow, as you get to the next level, you are changing. You're always changing. We're forever growing, and that's a great thing. But if you're not paying attention to and reflecting on who you are in this change, you're going to lose your sense of self. So taking a break is really key in this moment, because you get time to think, what is my environment now? Who am I surrounding myself with? Do I even like these people anymore? Who am I, really? We have seasons. My season now is way different than my season when I was then. I've changed. How I believe things now is a little different. And not only is my season now different, but I had to realize too that my cup has to be filled constantly. So I had to look at, I want my cup to be overflowing. I want it always to be overflowing so that I'm always full and I can still pour into others. But in order to have my cup overflowing, where now it's pouring out to people and I'm still staying full, I had to keep evaluating myself so I don't lose myself. And so we may think we know who we are, and we may be right. But as time changed, don't you think you change? For instance, if you're working towards being financially free, I had to think about this. People who are in a mindset of abundance, they don't think like people in lack. If you're in a lack space, if you were in a lack space and you're moving towards your goals of abundance and financially free, don't you think you're going to be changing and thinking differently? You're probably not going to think the same because you have a mindset that is different. So then thus you're going to be different. So as you're growing, as you're working towards your goals, you have to expect that you are going to change. And that process is going to be beautiful too, because then you're going to be amazed at what you find. Oh my God, this is who I am now? Wow. It's going to be good. I promise you. But that's a reason, guys. You got to take a moment and understand what's going on with you. All right. So now let's talk about reason number 3. You got to get real with yourself. You know when you need to take a break. You know you need this break. And you know, goodness, when something just isn't right. Ask yourself some questions about what's happening currently to really get you to a place where you understand where you need to head. Like, you really got to take a moment and say, do I like where I'm going? How am I feeling? How am I feeling? Like, this is time to really dig deep with yourselves, guys. And when you get to the point where you realize, okay, I do like being on this wheel, where I'm constantly going, then okay, do you, boo. If it works for you, it works for you. This is, again, no right or wrong here. But this is for those ones who understand that being real with yourself, you got to start changing. So then you want to ask yourself, how can I start changing? Doing the same stuff over and over again is not going to kick it this time. Okay, so I like to call this part, scale your life. So what I did, and I encourage you to do, scale your life. I put a 1 to 5 as a scale. 1 being running on E, and 5 being I would change absolutely nothing. So like, I scaled my life, my love life. How is that going for me? Am I running on E, or is everything great? Do I need to evaluate that space? Family and friends. Like, how are they serving me? How am I serving them? On a scale of 1 to 5, how would I say I'm being really fulfilled in this space? Career. Do I really like this job? Or I'm just doing it just because I need to pay the bills? The way you can tell if you really like the career that you're in is, if you weren't being paid to do this job, would you continue to do it? If the answer is no, then you know that's probably not the career for you. Now, I'm not saying you got to go and quit your job. No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you're scaling your life, this exercise, scaling your life, is for you to really get real with where you are and what you're doing. Because honestly, how many of us seen people who are just going in a direction that they don't want to, but because they just feel they have to? Not until you open yourself to possibilities is when you understand that you don't got to be doing this. So scaling your life is really a great way, and I personally have done this and realized it's a great way for me to understand who I am and where I am right now. So, career-wise, on a 1 to 5, are you running on E? Or you wouldn't change a thing about it, right? What about your finances right now? Are you where you want to be? What about your physical and mental health? On a 1 to 5, let's be real with yourself. Where are you? This really is a good one, because if you're running on E, that's a clear sign that you need to stop and go sit down somewhere. Being real with you, because you got to take care of you. And sometimes we put ourselves in the back burner and we forget. The last one is I put in there was self-love. Are you running on E? Or are you exactly where you need to be with your loving yourself? This is so important. And again, this does not work unless you get real with yourself. Period. If any of the things I talked about in this video is something you currently are experiencing, then boo, then sweetie, you need to take a break. And it's okay, because I promise you, you're going to come out even refreshed and revitalized. Alright guys, so I hope that these steps that I have talked about has really truly helped you. And if it does, please put a thumbs up for my video if you liked the video, and leave a comment of where you're at. Do you need to take a break? If you do, comment in the notes below. What are you doing to take a break right now? Or do you have it in the works and planning too? And again, there's nothing wrong if you can't do it right now, because everybody's circumstance is different, right? But if you're planning to, that is so good. You could plan to take breaks. So plan to take a break if you can't do it right now. But anyway, I wish you all the best. I will be back with more. So watch out, baby, because I am now fully ready to keep pushing forward now that I'm taking my break. I am ready, full blown ahead. So look out, you guys. But again, it's been nice. Thanks for joining me here at Chichizspot. Talk to you later.